Okay, folks, good morning. It is August 21st here. We are on our Zillow Flex Thursday call conversion clinic. So, like I said, you got me today. Vernon is on the East Coast, moving his girl into to her dorm room. So, we're going to go through a few things today. What we're going to do, we're going to hit on wins of the week, a few housekeeping items, some updates. But then we're going to spend most of the day today kind of going back to the basics and doing some call listening. We haven't done that in quite a while. And that is always a very, very helpful thing to do to just listen to those initial touch points with the customer, ALM, back to those basics. So we got quite a few calls that we can listen through today. So I'd love to have your engagement, your attention, your energy on hearing these, giving feedback, best practices, what went well, what didn't. So let's jump in for a couple of program updates. So right now, at for the month of August, we are at 6 deals for the Bay Area out of our goal of 11. So this is the first month that we're around the 20th, 10 days left in the month, and I'm not telling you all to, hey, we hit our goal already. Let's push it into the next month. August has been slow across the board. The company, people are on vacation. Several of you have been out and about, which is good. You're taking time for yourself. Clients are out taking vacations. So we're seeing a slowdown in August, but what that means is we've got 10 days left to get 5 deals in contract. So my question for all of you, for the Bay Area team is, does anyone have a client that they're submitting offers for that they can get in contract this weekend? Does anyone have someone for Zillow that they're going out, they're showing homes that they have a really good feeling that they'll be able to get? Julie, you got one? A Zillow client already? All right, I love it. I love it. There's one. There's one. Who else? Who else got a client? Oh, you got two. Man, all right. You're like 40% of our progress there. Anyone else got a client that they feel like they can get in a contract? Ronnie, you're out showing homes right now, so let's get that one. I appreciate it. We're all going to manifest for you. Aaron, you got someone going out touring homes, submitting offers for? I love it. Who else? Jessica, did I see? Was that a hand raised? I love it. I love it. I love it. And right in the waiting room, we got Chris Barcenas, who, let's see when he jumps in, because for the Stockton team, I think Chris hit the goal for the team this month. So we are at our goal for Stockton, I believe already. So Stockton, you guys, 100%, 2 months in a row. Amazing work. Um, to anyone who has a client that they are out showing properties to, submitting offers that you're kind of on the edge of, maybe we'll get them in contract, maybe we'll get this offer accepted. Know that myself and Vernon are available if you've got questions, if you're trying to figure out how to get someone to maybe take that next step to submit an offer, or you're in a competitive situation and you want some insights on how to set your offer apart and set it ahead. Because in the coming weeks as well, we are going to transition to the theme for these conversion clinics, looking at bottom funnel, getting deals in contract, getting people to submit offers. The last several months, we've been focusing on mid funnel. Before that, we were focusing on top funnel. So today and potentially next week, we'll go back, do a little bit more top funnel stuff, and then transition to getting people into contract, that bottom funnel. But if you've got people in the meantime, don't hesitate to reach out. Because again, 5 deals in 10 days. We have done 5 deals in 2 days. So I know you all can do it. This is the team, this is the space, this is the time of year too, because things are slowing down. Things have been slow, so you can get these deals locked in. Chris, congratulations. You got a flex dealing contract, right?
Yes, I did.
Amazing. So let's transition then. That's the only program update that I've got, and we can transition to wins of the week because Chris, you hit our Stockton goal for the month with that deal you got in contract. So would you start us off? Wins of the week. Tell us about this deal you got in contract.
Yeah, well, it was calling lead for one of those requesting to see a property, and then actually they're actually interested in small homes in Manteca and Lathrop, and then when I reached out to them to set up a buyer consultation, that's when I first actually met with them. It's been all by text over Zoom. Me and Sophia met with them, and then they were pretty straightforward in what they wanted. They said they've bought and sold multiple homes throughout their lives, and they're looking for their last home and wanted a small property. Um, so first I um, said search for properties in Manteca and Lathrop, and then they changed their mind because the husband lives in Tesla over by Hayward in the Bay, So they started looking at condos over there, which was kind of far for me, a couple hour drive. But fortunately, I used one of the young new agents on the team to partner up with and help show homes over there. And after seeing a few
Amazing.
condos over there, they changed their mind because of high HOAs, and they're getting like square foot homes for like $400,000, with hardly any room, with no washer and dryer. So they told me we're willing to drive out an hour. So that's when I looked at homes in Lathrop, which is like 45 minutes away from them with no traffic. And we met up at a new construction, and I showed them a few homes in new construction. They saw two they liked, so I had them apply right there on the spot with the mortgage lender. Because once you get approved, the new construction is willing to wheel and deal. They take you more seriously when your buyer is approved. So we went to one new construction, and they had great incentives, and then went to another one. So what I did was like I just told the new construction, we're looking at this one here, but they like both properties. What can you do? So when it was all said and done, they took 70 grand off the initial purchase price of the house. Um, it was a Del Webb senior citizen community. So it was like standing inventory. It's already built, ready to get done. So it dropped it down 60 grand. I made them drop it down 10 grand by leveraging another builder that they were interested in. They took it down another 10 grand, paid for the solar, given 3%. We actually just signed all the paperwork this morning via DocuSign. So it's looking good. And it should be closing soon. So yeah, pretty much that's it.
Amazing. Amazing. And Chris, if you could make sure and add that one in the Zillow tracker, I mean, you got 10 days, but add it in August so that it
Okay.
counts towards our stats. That is a
Mhm.
fantastic story. There's a few things I would love to unpack there. So it sounded like your first meeting with this client was a buyer's consultation. Did I hear that right?
Correct.
Okay, can you tell us how did you do that? Why was it not immediately at a property? And it sounds like there was probably something going on. So then how did you transition to getting them into a buyer's consultation, especially for an experienced buyer?
Yeah, I just texted and said I would love to do a buyer's consultation right away so I know your wants and needs and you can put a face to a name. So this is the process that I require to do for all my buyers. And then we scheduled it and just went on it.
That's amazing. So you just were like, hey, this is what we do. Let's put a
Yeah.
face to a name. Let's meet.
And before I even did the buyer's consultation, I already emailed her a BRBC. And then
Wow.
I put 3 months period, and I put all the counties around her area, including San Joaquin, just to lock her down there. She had some questions about that because she's never seen that before, and I explained to her that I'm going to get the seller to pay for that commission. And I always put a clause on the bottom of my BRBCs that says if the selling broker pays me less than the commission that I'm asking for, that the buyer's broker may reduce it down to match. So whenever I put that, it
Mm,
kind of gives them ease of mind that okay, then if they get lowered in the 3%, because I always ask for 3% because I get it sometimes that they'll be willing
mm.
to drop it. So I always make them feel at ease because pretty much like 99% of sellers are still paying the commissions. Nothing's really changed. It's just an
Mm.
extra step. So I let them know that, and then get the buyer BC signed. And she was kind of at first she was a little hesitant. She was like, "How come the EXP is not a member of the Better Business Bureau?" But like a lot of agencies aren't. Compass isn't. They just didn't go through that process, but they still got an A+ rating with them. They're just not a member of it. So when I explained that to her and told them about our team and how big we are and this and that, then she was sold. And after the Zoom, she was all in. And I'm just quick to show properties because we have a lot of hungry agents on the team, and they were willing to help. So yeah, so we made it
I
work. Even
love
though I
it.
wasn't there, I just barely met them in person Tuesday for the first time in person, and I got him in
This
contract.
was this last Tuesday that you met him for
Yes,
the first time and you got him
first
in
time I met
contract.
him. Yeah,
All right, so some fantastic takeaways from that from Chris, 2 decades plus of experience here. Do the buyer's consultation. These clients were
19 years. I'm not
experienced.
that old.
Oh, okay, almost 2 decades. All right,
Been
then
there.
hundreds of deals, we'll say. But do the buyer's consultation. These were experienced clients. They told him they bought and sold homes before in the past, but Chris has a process and still did the buyer's consultation for these clients, and that's what locked them in. Because the process changed, obviously, since the last time they bought homes. And urgency, getting them out, getting them to tour properties. Chris, when you first met with them, did they tell you how quickly they wanted to move? Were they like, yeah, we're casually looking, or did they give you a timeline that they were like, we need to
I
buy
already knew that
ASAP?
the lease. I already knew that the lease was ending in October. But if they don't find something, they're willing to do month to month. So, but right now with all new construction, you're only getting good deals on the standing inventory. When you push it out, they're not giving as big incentives. So,
Hmm.
right when we went there, we went to Highlands. It's just like PUD community with like these expensive condos, large condos, and then we went to Polte Homes. That's Polte Del Webb
Hmm.
River Islands, which is a brand new community, and they're not going to charge the HOA for the first year. So
Wow.
yeah, so
Amazing
I got the payments
concessions.
under the goal, and I gave them different payment options because the lady at Del Webb was willing to sit down and break stuff down, so they could do a 7 year arm and keep their payment at like 3,500 a month total with HOAs, and they might go that route because they told me that they want to refinance and get the PMI out eventually, or in a couple of
Yeah.
years when rates drop. So why not go a 7 year arm, drop your payment down $500 a month? So I gave
Amazing.
them that option, and I used to do mortgages, so I explained to them everything. They felt comfortable, and we just wrapped it up this morning. It's my first flex deal.
Such a good one. Chris, congratulations. So to
Thank
everyone
you.
out there, again, get the clients. They said that their lease was expiring in October and they could extend. It didn't sound like there was enormous urgency, but Chris created urgency, got them out, got them excited, found them a phenomenal deal. New builds right now. For those of you who don't work in the areas where we've got a lot of new builds, Central Valley, Sacramento out here, they are offering huge deals. There are great deals to be had with
And,
new
and
construction
also
right now.
initially they wanted to go only 350 to 400, and the lender they were pre-approved with told me they only have 15 grand. You got to get 5 grand credit. But after digging in, I found out she got money in stocks. We're looking at 550. So people will say that and act like they got no money, but when you dig in, they got money.
Yes, give them the benefit of the doubt. You never know, right? Just move forward with momentum. Chris, thank you. Who else has got a
Welcome.
win for the week? Fantastic, fantastic work. Who else has got a win for the week? Zillow deal. Maybe someone they got in contract, maybe someone that they just closed, maybe someone that they got a breakthrough with, that they're getting momentum. Anyone got a win for the week that they want to share? This Vanessa coming out from the Central Valley Stockton office representing today. What do you got for us?
Hey guys, morning. Not quite into contract yet, but a breakthrough moment. Got a call from a lead and scheduled to tour. And come the day of 30 minutes out, he was trying to cancel. So instead of canceling, I live right here. I said, you know what? How about I do a video tour? And he said, you know what? Sure. I didn't know that you can do that. And yeah, I ended up doing the video tour at the time we were supposed to meet. He was at his daughter's swim lesson. I'm like, how were you gonna get out here? He didn't plan to. He just did that just cuz. And
Hmm.
because of that video tour, the next day he asked if he could come in person. So now it's to the point where they're just debating on which new build or the resale that they're going to go with, and yeah, we're just waiting.
Oh, I love that. This is a new build as well. Another new build.
So yes, it is a new build, but we're competing, or they're looking in between a resale and a new build only because of the lot size.
Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah,
New build,
reasonable.
yeah, we don't have that much lot in the new build construction, but on resale, they got definitely some lot.
Very true. Not as much yard maintenance though. Vanessa, that's such a good one, and I want everyone to take that lesson, that takeaway to heart. If the client can't make the appointment, keep the time, offer alternatives, right? Be the one to get in front of them first, right? If they can't, they say, "Hey, I can't make it." Offer to do a video tour, offer to show up and on Zoom, because sometimes it's not like they're canceling because they don't want to be there. It's because something came up, but maybe they can be there on their phone. And so offering that alternative, Vanessa got in front of them and created a new opportunity. And who knows if she hadn't offered that, this person might not have come back to her to ask for that tour. They might have just been like, whatever, I don't know, we'll figure something else out. But you hooked them in, you got them in your ecosystem, and now they're moving forward with you, and you helped to overcome that barrier or obstacle. All right. Thank you, Vanessa. One more. Anyone else got a win for the week? Any other good progress? Any other momentum? Demian, what do we got?
Hey, I have a client I met a few weeks ago, Flex client, obviously. looking for townhomes or single family homes in the Richmond area. We put in an offer that was against my advice, way too low, lost out on that one. And then we had a backup offer opportunity these last couple weeks, and it was just looming, and the client didn't want to move forward until this one was definitely out of reach and closed. And it just closed on Monday. So now third time's a charm. This was his birthday this week, so he wanted to process the second loss and celebrate his birthday. But I believe within the next 10 days we're gonna lock something down. It's good
Make it
inventory
happen.
that he's looking for. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Fantastic. And Damien, after you got that first offer rejected, how did you use that, if at all, to kind of shape his thinking and strategy? Yeah,
You
after you got the
know,
offer rejected against your advice, right?
I made him feel a little dumb without saying it. Like, listen to me, bro. I know what I'm talking about. But and then the backup offer proved the same thing, because it was the first home that he had seen with me, but he really liked it and dragged his feet on putting in an offer. Somebody else got to it first, and then we put in our backup offer. So now he has proof that I'm leading him the right way. So third time's a charm.
And that's such a good lesson, right? So often we know what the right answer is. We know how this process is going to go, but every single client that we bring on, they got to learn it for themselves every time all over again. It can be a little frustrating for us knowing like, hey, this is what's going to happen. And they're like, no, let's try it. But if you do like what Demian did and use that as a lesson to move forward, sometimes they got to touch the stove to believe it when you say that the stove is hot, right? So using that as an opportunity, if you have a client where they're like, hey, I want to put in a crappy offer, if you give them the advice of, hey, this is probably not going to get accepted for A, B, and C reason, but let's do it, then your next one can be even stronger if you're using that as a learning opportunity for your client. So Demian, channeling it for you, 10 days, get him a birthday house. I love it. Thank you. H-bomb, last contribution. What do you got? Rapid fire. Oh,
Sorry, I'm
let's
in
see.
my
You're
car.
driving. Safety first.
Yeah. So, on progress, I wouldn't say it's exact.
You're a
Nonetheless,
little,
I had a can you hear me?
yeah, maybe turn your video off because it's cutting in and out.
Okay.
If you can do it safely.
Yes.
All right,
Is
go
that
for it.
better?
Yep.
Okay. So I had this client, met her the first time, first house. Man, we spent like an hour and a half, hour and 45 there. Really, via email, you're a great agent. Thank you for everything you've done, so on and so forth. Halfway to Stockton, I get an email and she's like, I'm not quite sold on this one. But the good thing is that she is looking every time she finds a place, or if I send her something, she likes it. She comes to me first, which is great.
Mhm.
So we're actively looking at homes. Um, and I'm actually showing her. I have an open house on Saturday. I'm meeting her to show her a house in Lodi, another one Saturday morning. So good progress with her, good communication. She's very happy. Just not just a little bit of that. She's trepidatious. She's older. She's relocating. She's going to have to sell her house that she has and I own. So, but she took to me quite well, and we're making good progress.
Love it. Sometimes communication is the best progress that you can get, right? If they're engaging, that's someone, maybe it's not a deal today, but I'm sure we all need deals in a month or 2 months or 6 months. So building your pipeline, staying engaged, and getting someone who's actively communicating with you, fantastic win. Thank you. Thank you,
Yes,
Heather. Congratulations on that.
absolutely. Thank you.
All right, let's go ahead and transition, because what we're going to do now, we're going to go back to some call listening, some ALM. So I'm going to pull up a couple calls. We're going to start with, I don't think Joseph is here, but we're going to start with one of Joseph Chin's calls. Let's see. Did he jump in the room? I didn't see him. Oh, all right. Well, Joseph is not here, but we're gonna listen to his call. So what I want everyone to do, this is an initial call in from a client. Listen for ALM, appointment, location, motivation. Did we hear those three things? Were there any opportunities in the call for rapport building, for digging deeper, for anything that Joseph perhaps missed. Were there any lines that you heard, statements, rebuttals, phrasing that you really, really liked that you would want to borrow and pull into your own practice? So listen to this call, take notes. When we come back, we want to get at least 2 to 4 contributions from everyone of what we heard in this call, opportunities, did we hear ALM? And then we'll move on to another one. So let me share my screen and get this teed up, and we will do it to it. Right, share sound. Okay, I'm gonna hit play. If you cannot hear the audio, let me know.
Hi, Sundberg. My name is Joseph. I'm your Zillowpreneur agent. I just received a request to see 2 properties in Daly City today at 11 a.m. Is that correct?
Hey Joseph, how are you, man? This is Steve. Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
So, or if you have any other more in that area, I'd be open to.
Yes, I am a realtor in the Bay Area, and I do work in that area. So what I'll do is I'll reach out to the sellers just to confirm we can see it. But before we see it, just out of curiosity, what caught your attention about it? Was it the size, location, or price?
No, I live in the area. I live by Westlake. Are you familiar with Daly City?
Yep, I'm very familiar. I've helped others buy and sell the area. So you're looking at the Crown Colony area. So you live in Crown Colony?
No, I live in Westlake, but my brother is getting married and his fiance will come here in like a couple of months. And then it's too many people, so I'm trying to move out on my own. I'm not trying to buy anything right now, as I put it on the request. I am trying to buy like next few months, but I need to like look around and see, you know what I mean?
Sure, totally understand. So that are similar price range, and is it Daly City you're looking at? Is that correct?
Yeah, only Daly City, nowhere else.
Only Daly City, got it. So what I can do is I can kind of look at some other options to kind of send it your way and see. And just to confirm, I'll reach out to the seller to confirm today works. And if let's say don't for whatever reason, do you have availability on other days this week?
Yeah, man, I'm pretty open, but I'm free today until later. So.
Okay. Sure. And you go by Stever?
And also, if you have other suggestions for like cheaper prices, I'm open to as well. I mean, don't send me on some trouble areas, but if you have any other thing on your system, you can send it my way.
Right, and you said you're just looking at Daly City, right? Not South San Francisco or San Bruno.
Yeah, I'd move in South San Francisco, but I like that place because they have pools and stuff,
Yeah. Okay. Sure. I mean, there's other places like San Bruno that have a pool and a gym as well, similar to this one. But what I'll do is I'll email you some options just so you can see. And Steve, just to confirm, your direct number is 415-637-9226.
That's correct.
And your email is stibri@hotmail.com.
That's correct.
Okay, perfect. So what I will do first is I'll send you a few listings.
You're cutting off. What did you say?
All right, can you hear me a little bit better now?
Yeah, I can hear you better now. What did you say?
Okay. So I'll email you some properties, other options, so you can see it as well. And then I'll send you a text contact that I can plan.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Okay, man. Yeah, and how about the today tour you said?
Yeah, so I'll reach out to the sellers to confirm if it's available to see today, and I'll give you a call back to confirm.
All right, man. Just call me back and you can send stuff. But don't send me anything like $1 million or $700K or $600K because I'm not looking for that, because I don't have that kind of, you know what I mean?
So based on the two, so basically it looks like the highest price point you saw is like around $500,000. So did you want me to send you everything $500,000 and below?
Yeah, no, like between 300 to 500. Even if there's
Okay,
like
sure.
around 300, I'm open to it because it's like
Okay, sure.
I just don't want to pay rent if I'm moving out. I'd rather purchase something, and
Right.
you know what I
Right.
mean.
Uh-huh. I totally understand.
Okay, man.
Okay.
Thanks for calling. Keep me. Let me know if you can in next 20 to 30 minutes if the tours are available, and if not, then I can go on with my day.
Yeah. So I'll reach out to see what availability they have, and I'll give you a call back.
All right, man. Thank you very much.
Sounds good. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. And for everyone's reference, the client requested an 11 a.m. showing, and this call came through at 10 a.m. So there was a 1 hour gap between when the call came through and when the showing request was. So what did we hear? Who wants to jump on, take the mic first? Did we hear ALM? Did Joseph book the appointment, ask about location, ask about motivation? Were there any lines, phrases, things that he said that you would want to borrow into your practice? Were there any opportunities that he potentially missed? Who wants to go on first? Otherwise, I will call on someone. Going once, going twice. Julia, why don't you take us away first? What do you got? What did you hear on that call?
I took a call in the middle of that. Just so you know.
Oh, it was a Zillow call? You got to take yourself off mute for those and let the whole team hear you.
Oh no. Okay. Next time. But yeah, it seems like he got the appointment, also scheduled for more houses, let him know what else was available, and built some rapport with the client who is price sensitive too.
Yes, we heard a lot about price sensitivity. And Joseph did a good job of confirming the price range that the client was in. Asked him based on the homes that he had inquired on. They say everything you're looking at is under 500. Is that the price range that you want to stay in? Client confirmed that. It was really good. Good. Any other observations? I know you took a call halfway through, so you're didn't have it. But anything else you want to contribute?
No, I think it was a pretty decent call. Good job.
All right. Good job, Joseph. All right, Patrick, what do you got?
Yeah, no, just to piggyback on what you said, I love that he used the available data in front of him. Like he said, "Oh yeah, I'm seeing that you're looking at one by ones under 500. So is it safe to assume?" I think that's what he said, that we're looking under that price point, which confirmed and got that. So that was great. And also, he kind of wrapped up the meeting with the accurate next steps, so that the client doesn't have any questions on like, oh, what's going to happen next or whatnot. So I feel like he wrapped it up and really well.
Yep. Yep. Did you hear him ask about location and motivation?
Yep. Daly City said all of it. I don't think I don't know if I missed it, but I didn't hear him ask if there was any other areas though. He kind of just said, "Oh, whole of Daly City." Okay, you know.
Did anyone else, did we hear Joseph talking about other cities or locations that the client was interested in? Anyone else catch that?
Yeah, he
Yeah, in
did
the
ask.
beginning, right?
Jung-hee, yeah, what did you hear?
No, he suggested other areas with similar price points.
Yeah, right. So he was saying San Bruno and South San Francisco, and it kind of sounded like the client was vetting him a little bit, right? He was like, "Are you familiar with this
You know
area?
the
Do you know this
area.
area?"
Mhm.
Exactly. And what did you hear what Joseph said in response to that? I don't know if anyone caught
He
that.
said I've helped a
He's
lot of buyers and sellers in Daly City.
He said that, and he said, "Yeah, you're looking at the Crown Colony area." So he actually knew off the top of his head because it didn't show up on Zillow. He just knew that. So this is an example of the areas that you cover. The more that you can kind of study, look at listings, know local inventory. Yeah, Ronnie says we sold there, right? You guys know that area. The more that you can kind of bring that up quickly to establish your expertise in the local area, that was a really nice touch that Joseph had of actually naming the community and complex that the buyer was looking in. Okay, anything else? Anything else we heard on that call that caught your attention or that was good? Did anyone hear how he asked about motivation for the client? He had a really good transition line in there. Anyone catch that? Going once, going twice. He said, all right, I'm gonna work on booking this. Oh, did someone just take themselves off mute? Was that Brandy? Was that you? That's where I saw it. That's all right. So what he said was, before we go out and see it, I'm going to work on booking this tour. Before we go out and see it, what caught your attention about this house? was just really smooth. You might not have even noticed it because it was so smooth and so well integrated into the conversation. All right, so that I think is everything. Unless anyone has any final contributions on that, we will go on and listen to another one. So let me pull up. Let me pull up another one here. So, okay, share my screen. Same thing. Opportunities. Did we hear ALM? What do we got?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Chinmaya, how's it going? Good morning.
Hi, good. How are you?
Good. My name is Mauricio. I'm a local realtor partnered with Zillow. How's your day going so far?
It's good. It's good. Nice to meet you. Can you repeat your name again?
Yes, it's Mauricio Torres.
Mauricio? Sorry, you're cutting out a little bit.
Oh, no problem. I think it's where I am. My connection's not that great.
Okay, no worries.
Give me 1 second.
The call is still going. We've just got dead time.
Is it a little better now?
Oh, yeah, much better.
Okay, yeah. Sorry about that.
No worries.
But yeah, like I mentioned, my name is Mauricio. I'm a local realtor here partnered with Zillow in San Francisco. And yeah, I pretty much got an inquiry because you're interested on a home on Clay Street.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, 3420.
Yes. And you wanted to take a look tomorrow?
Yeah. If it's at all possible, yeah, we're free tomorrow. We'd love to come in.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see, 4:30 p.m. here. So let me work on booking the showing, and then I can confirm with you afterward. So I will text you from my cell phone number. This is a Zillow number, so this number won't connect us, but I'll text you from my separate cell, and I'll let you know once we're confirmed. But
Okay.
while I work on that, well, before I start working on everything, are you guys, you guys just started your home search right now, or what's your situation like?
We're like just now starting it, so I think we put it on the Zillow application, but I think probably we're looking more in like the 3 to 6 month range, which I know is probably not ideal in San Francisco. Like people are maybe selling much sooner, but I think that's our timeline. We just thought it'd be a good idea to start looking and love the property when we saw it.
Well, there's no rush. It just depends whenever you guys are ready.
Mm-hmm.
So I always tell clients there's not really 100% the perfect time. It just depends on whenever works best for you guys, in your situation. So that's not an issue. That's not an issue. Let me work on confirming the appointment, and I'll shoot you a text once we're confirmed. But if that time doesn't work, do you guys have other flexibility that afternoon, or is 4:30 p.m. kind of that time that works best?
Yeah, I don't know. I think we put like 4:30 p.m., 5 p.m., 5:30 as options. I think we could probably also do 4, but I think that like late afternoon, early evening time is probably the best time. But like any start times between 4 and 5:30, I think will work.
Okay, that's no problem. Let me work on booking everything right now. I'll shoot you a text via myself, but then I'll also text you once we're confirmed.
Sounds good. And if there's availability like slightly earlier too, and you have to like make a call, like maybe text me and I can just confirm, because maybe we can make it work too.
Okay, that sounds good.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Yep, you're welcome, Chinmaya. We'll be in contact.
Sounds good. Talk soon.
All right,
bye.
Talk soon. Bye.
All right. So we got this call from Mauricio. Anyone want to jump on and give us a rundown? What did they hear? ALM, good lines, opportunities missed. Otherwise, we will call on Mara. Why don't you take yourself off mute? What did you hear on this call? Did we hear an appointment booked? Did he ask about locations the client was asking for or was interested? And did we get motivation?
I didn't hear motivation, but I'm not a very trained ear. I'm just starting out with these calls. So appointment booked. He's going to get back to him about the time slot to make sure that they can see the property the next day. And the other one was location. Since they're coming from out of town, I think it seems like that sounded pretty open.
All right. So question mark on all 3. Does anyone want to jump in and share their ear of what they heard in terms of appointment, location, motivation? because we're not totally sure if we heard that or not. Mohan, Jung-hee, Carla, any of you want to able to jump on, take the mic? Did we hear ALM on that call?
Yeah, I mean, I think
Julia, go for it.
appointment and location was set. I think motivation would happen as soon as they meet up. Seems like they're working it out, but I think it's like, yeah, I'm gonna confirm the meeting, and then once you confirm, sometimes that's when I get more information about them. Because when I'm confirming is I'm checking the MLS to see if it's vacant and go show. And then I look at my schedule to see when I can schedule them in. If we can't go exactly at that time, and then when you meet up with them again, I think that's a perfect time, or call them to confirm the appointment would be a perfect time to build, but those aren't really recorded all the time.
Right. And so for this call, I think this would score a no on all three. There was no appointment booked. Because what time are they going to go see the property? Right.
Between 4 and 5:30, but no.
Doesn't sound like an
appointment.
appointment though, right?
No.
So
And there
what?
was, sorry,
Yeah.
there wasn't anything about as far as what attracted you to this house. This area, is this the only area that you're interested in? But I mean, overall, I think it was a good call, good communication, but there was no, what is it that you liked about this house? Is this the only area that you're interested in? But sometimes that does happen after you call back once you've got, the showing confirmed by the listing agent. So.
Yeah, absolutely. The reason that it's so important to lock those things down on that first call is we usually get the opportunity for that call back, but not always, right? So making sure we're booking the appointment time, asking the key question in there that we didn't hear was, what other homes are you interested in? Because shortly after this inquiry, the client actually made two other property inquiries. So they hit contact agent, contact agent, contact agent on Zillow, right? So asking that question of, okay, great, let's pencil in the time today at 5 o'clock. Let's plan for that. Other than this home, what other properties are you interested in? And asking that question. Other neighborhoods as well, right? That's a good clarifying question that could have been asked here is what other neighborhoods are you interested in? But making sure that we're getting that question of what other homes are you interested in? Right? Because in this specific instance, there were two others that this client wanted to go out and see. And so we got lucky in this situation that they asked about it on Zillow and it came back and our agent was able to see it. But that is a super critical question to ask every single time. And then for the appointment, if you're kind of doing that scheduling back and forth, Julia, like you're saying, and you're not totally sure, the line to use is let's go ahead and pencil in today at blank, right? Just lock a time in. Because then if you're going to call them back anyway, you can say, let's pencil in today at 5 o'clock. I'm going to check, confirm with the sellers, make sure that doesn't work. If for some reason it doesn't work, I'll let you know. Right. And then you're leaving that call with them feeling like, okay, cool, I got a time booked. And then they don't have to go and worry about like, am I going to go out and see this property or not? Lock the appointment in on that first call, pencil it in. You can confirm the details. You can call them back. You can text them. You can do all that normal stuff, but leave the call with them feeling like you have a solid appointment booked. Okay. Anything else on this one? Julia, you've been contributing. How would you feel about listening to one of your calls?
We can, but they just sound like Mauricio's. Like, that's what I've been doing. I've just been calling, like when they call, I'm like, okay, let me look back with the sellers and I'll call and confirm. And then we've been meeting them. So
Would it,
I don't know
all
if
right, if you're all right throwing it on, we can do a little group listen session. I mean, because that's a really good way to make tweaks to your own, is to hear it back, play back your game tape, find any opportunities for improvement, and then just start implementing that immediately because that'll make a big impact if you're comfortable with it.
I mean, you can, yeah, sure.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Thank you.
Sure.
All right, let's see. I think we've got.
I actually have to call someone back and confirm the appointment. Do you want me to just do that now?
What's that?
I have to call someone back and let them know that the appointment's confirmed.
Live, or can you do it after the call or in 5 minutes?
I can do it after the call. I was asking if you want me to do that now or if you want to just listen to one of mine.
Oh, we'll just listen to a call here on
Okay.
on the group session. Yep.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
So we'll go ahead and share this one. Elena Davies. So we'll pull this one up. Let's see how it goes. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit play. And Julie, I want to give you first pass. So listen back. How does it sound hearing your own call? What did you observe? Any changes that you would make? Any things that you heard that you're like, all right, that was a really good point that I made there. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit play.
Okay.
Hi, is this Elena?
Yes, it is.
Hey, Elena, this is Julia calling you from eXp Realty. We were connected through Zillow because it says that you wanted to tour 1674 79th Avenue in Oakland. Is that correct?
Correct.
Perfect. And I have Tuesday, oh my gosh, Friday at 1 p.m. Is that the time that you were looking for?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, perfect. What I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to the sellers. I'm not the listing agent. I'm an agent that would represent a buyer that comes through to look at the house. So I'll just have to confirm with the listing agent to make sure that that time would work. If that time doesn't work, can you give me another time that would?
Yeah, anytime in the afternoon.
At any time in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. And then is this a house for you? Are you looking for a home for yourself?
For myself.
Perfect. I'm going to take a look here. Great. So I'm going to call the listing agent. I'm going to get some information, and then I'll go ahead and confirm the appointment for Friday at 1. Does that sound good?
So very good. Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. Julia, first off, thank you for letting us listen to that call. So what did you hear listening back to your own call?
I kind of like rushed through it to get off of the phone because I don't know what I was doing, but I was like in the middle of something. So I booked the appointment and then rushed out without building rapport. I did confirm the appointment with her. So we have an appointment at 1 o'clock tomorrow. But yeah, I kind of rushed her off the phone. I was like, okay, cool, we'll book it tomorrow. So I can see how she would like just potentially view me as someone who's opening a door for her.
Yes, that's such a good point, right? Sometimes we get the opportunity to build follow-up rapport on an additional phone call or text message or at the property in the appointment, but not always, right? And very often we've got that one call and that, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it is, to build that relationship and rapport. So listening back on it, what other questions could you have asked that would have built a little bit more rapport?
How long have you guys been looking for a house? Where do you live currently? Is this close to your work? There are a lot of questions I could have asked, I feel.
Yeah, and anyone else on the call? What did we hear listening to Julia's call? Yeah, Aaron, what do we got?
I thought it was a good call, a good tone, but the one thing that I try to avoid doing myself is I don't, unless they ask me about the listing agent stuff, I don't really say I'm a buyer's agent or listing agent. And I usually say, let me reach out to the seller or something like that, opposed to acting as if I am not part of it. Because unless they specifically ask me, am I the listing agent, then that's when I get into telling them I'm the buyer's agent representing them. But for the most part, I refer to the listing agent as the seller. And I just always say, let me reach out to the seller and confirm. And I've always heard that on the call, and it seems to work for me.
Yeah, really good point.
Thanks. The reason why I didn't do that is because one of the trainings on Zillow said to make sure that you like that you were called through Zillow, and make sure the buyers know that you're not the listing agent. That was one of the trainings I think I went through. Or maybe I'm mixing them up, but like I used to say that. I used to say, hey, I'm going to reach out to the seller. And then after I went through an online training, I was like, oh, I can't do that anymore. So I switched it up.
Huh. Well,
I
disregard
recall,
Zillow's advice.
yeah, I recall hearing something like that, but I think it was more like when they specifically ask you, "Are you the listing agent?" Then that's when you tell them that you're the buyer's
Oh,
agent. But
okay.
I don't volunteer the information unless they ask me directly if I'm the listing agent on the property.
Okay. I'll just go back to doing that then,
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
do
So
feel
like
like it gives us a little bit of leverage.
totally. And like David said in the chat here, I'm partnered with Zillow. I'm a Zillow partner agent. Those are great, letting them know like kind of what that connection is. And like Aaron said, if they say, "Are you the listing agent?" Then that's, obviously they're not going to say, "Oh yeah, I'm the listing agent," or like I work with them. Um, yeah, and like Danielle said, I'll reach out to the sellers. Vanessa, I saw your hand go up there. What contribution did you have?
Really good overall, Julia. I think for me, and I just time and time again being on different type of lead um platforms, I would just confirm the appointment and say, hey, we're confirmed for Friday. If anything changes, I'll be sure to reach out. Just keep it simple and short, book that appointment, and then you can kind of go through the rest of your ALM that way.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
And Julie, I see it looks like this person made 3 inquiries. Were you able to book multiple doors for them?
We've only booked one, but I will look back into it and see if I can schedule more on top of that. I also had another call in, so like my schedule's getting pretty packed up because
It
of
happens
everything.
fast. It happens fast. Yeah, and that's where that question of they call it location, but the question of what other homes are you interested in? Fantastic one to add in every single call because we see this so often. This person made 3 different property inquiries. They all came to you, so you'll see them in your Zillow account, but they're looking for 3 different properties. The one that we saw before, that client also made 3 different inquiries. Patrick, I think I saw someone that came through to you today or yesterday that made like 9 different property inquiries, looked like an investor or something like that.
Yeah, it came in this morning at 6 a.m. I was about to reject it and ignore it, but I saw that the price point was 3.6 M.
You're like, all right, I'll do it at 6 in the morning. Yeah, yeah, right. So like there's a lot of people who are out there looking at a lot of homes. And so that one question, yeah, Julia, thank you for being willing to go through that because I know with 30 people listening in, that's not always the most comfortable thing, but this is tremendous growth opportunity. But yeah, that one question of what other homes are you looking at is so, so powerful because most people are looking at multiple homes. All right, we've got 7 minutes left here, so I don't think that's enough time to throw on one more call. So unless anyone has any additional contributions, questions, or anything that they want to contribute to the cause, we will call it there for the day. I'm going to stick around for a few minutes if anyone has any questions that they want to ask one-on-one. But otherwise, anyone got anything final that they want to throw in there? Going once, going twice. All right, team, go out and get those 5 deals. We got 10 days. Let's make it happen. Thank you, everyone.